Oh, my knee. Welcome to Kidmissing TV. Sorry about that. This is the case of the Jacksonville 5. 5 little girls who were kidnapped between July and August, and at least 2 of them were murdered because their bodies were found. 1974. Let me give you all their names. Okay. Mila and Annette Anderson, Jean Marie Schoen, Rebecca Ann Green, and Virginia Helm. They were between the ages of 6 and 12 years. Annette and Mila disappeared from Jacksonville, Florida on the 1st of August, 1974. Their mother and older sister left them alone at home at approximately 6 p.m. when they went to care for a sick relative. Their mother called them at 7 to check on the children, and everything was normal during the conversation. But when their aunt called later, no one answered the phone. The girl's father, a commercial fisherman, was supposed to arrive home from work at 7. So they were only supposed to be home alone for an hour. But he had caught up with a boat motor that wasn't cooperating with him. And when he got home, to his horror, his daughters were gone, ages 12 and 6. Neighbors had seen a white car in the driveway between 6 and 7, but nobody saw anything suspicious. Their small dog was shut up in a bedroom. Again, there were several young girls. The first girl that went missing, was Jean Marie Schoen, and then Virginia Suzanne Helm on September 27th, Rebecca Ann Green on October 12th. Oh, okay, so it was between August and October. Virginia's partially clothed body was found in a shallow grave a month after her disappearance. She had been shot in the head. Rebecca's skeletal remains were found 3 years later, washed up on the shore of Little Fort George Island at the mouth of the St. Johns River. Both girls were 12 years old when they died. Jean's body and the Anderson sisters' remains, as I mentioned, were never found. Authorities didn't realize what they had because the abductions happened in different parts of the city. So I guess under different precincts. One suspect in their cases was Paul John Knowles, a serial murderer who was killed by police later in 1974. A photo of him is posted. Oh. No, it's not. This is sort of a synopsis from the not the Don't Network, from Charlie Project. Annette and Mila were both students at Lewis Sheffield Elementary School. And again, their cases remain unsolved. Okay. They were 11 and 6. But, wait a minute. Oh, Lillian is Annette. Okay. Jean was last seen in Jacksonville as well on the 21st of July, 1974. She left her grandmother's home on West 19th Street to walk to Hannah's food store, which was at 17th Street and Pearl Street, about 2 blocks away. She did arrive at the store and bought a pack of cigarettes for her uncle, but when she left, she forgot the cigarettes and had to return for them. After picking up the cigarettes, Jean went to an arcade called The Hangout. to play pinballs. Witnesses stated the arcade was closed at the time, but a man on a bicycle with hair like Elvis approached and dragged Jean into a bathroom. When she came out, she was crying. The man left the scene with Jean. She's never been heard from again. Okay, so she was pulled into a public bathroom. Clearly, an essay happened. And people who witnessed this then just watched the man go off with her? Okay. On October 12th, Virginia, Suzanne Helm vanished. Oh no, on September 27th, and Rebecca Ann Green on October 12th. Virginia's partially closed body was found in a shallow grave a month after her disappearance. She had been shot in the head. Rebecca's skeletal remains were found 3 years later, again washed up on the little island. 3 months, 5 missing young girls, 2 bodies found, 2 possible serial killer connections, no arrests. In the summer of 1974, the sun was hot, and it was Florida humid in Jacksonville. Barbra Streisand was crooning The Way We Were on the radio. Kids were out of school, riding bikes, swimming in pools, hanging out at the corner store with sweaty brows. Jeannie, by the way, as Jean was known, was 9. Okay, so this happened in the restroom at the local laundromat next door to the Winn-Dixie. And it was her little friends that saw, and that's why they couldn't do anything. And it was described as a move, but oh my goodness, the little girls tried to run after them. He was a white man with light-colored hair, styled kind of like Elvis Presley. Her mother took out ads, and this is one of them, and I'll quote it. Quote, "This is a plea from Jeannie's mother to whomever has my daughter. I know you have her because you wanted a little girl to love, but I love her desperately. Need her returned to me, please." This is just one of the ads that she took out. End quote. Yep, Annette was 11 and Violet was 6. Somewhere between 7 and 7:20 is when they disappeared. The first mention of a serial killer in this particular series of disappearance comes in the Anderson sisters case when John Paul Knowles had apparently tried to confess. And Sergeant Jansen said, and I quote, "I can't say that he is responsible for this. I am leaning toward he is not. It is a false confession just based on some of the facts that we know of this case. Knowles was known for embellishing the number of victims he had killed for shock value. The Andersons held out hope that their 2 girls would return home." Again, quoting Sergeant Jansen, "Jack's entire life, he stayed in the same home. He kept the same phone number," said Sergeant Jansen. He made his wife promise that if he died before she did, that she would never change anything in hopes these girls would come home. Jack died before his wife. He was buried beside a marker for Annette and Milet, which stated their birth dates, but no death date. Sadly, Elizabeth, the mother, died before her daughters or their remains were found. How sad. Virginia Helm was on her way to the store for soap when she disappeared. 45 minutes after she left home, Virginia's father became worried about his 12-year-old daughter and went out looking for her, but he wouldn't find her. A search was conducted and many people were interviewed. Some witnesses reported seeing a red compact vehicle. The car would become important when 3 days after she disappeared, a couple came upon a troubling scene. A red VW Bug pulled over to the side of the road, New Kings Road, near the border of the towns of Nassau and Duval. A couple approached to see if the man needed help. In the back seat, they spotted a young girl matching Virginia's description, with her knees on the floorboard and her hands on the seat, as if she was attempting to get up. Her pupils were dilated. She was looking back and forth rapidly, as if she was scared. But she didn't say anything. When the couple confronted the man, he took off in a rush, leaving behind a bag that fell out of the car. Ted Bundy, who had killed a girl in Lake City in 1978, was said to drive a VW Bug. The connection had been taken into consideration. He was, however, committing murders in Washington State in 1974. The bag was recovered. It's been tested for fingerprints and now could be tested, for DNA. Okay, just a day before Virginia went missing, her friend Marianne was approached by a man in a red car and who told her to get in or he would kill her. She ran for help instead. According to detectives, Marianne described Virginia as a quiet girl but very kind. To quote Sergeant Jansen, Virginia Helm was found murdered and buried in the woods near Beechwood and Beach Boulevard. Because of these cases, the Jacksonville Police Department have moved all missing persons to homicide. And again, 12-year-old Rebecca Green was also headed home from the store. Committed to the store, but never returned home. 3 years later, her skeletal remains were located again off the island. They have her hair because they're hoping to get suspect DNA off of it, which would be amazing. Here's something interesting in this case. A weird coincidence. Lester Parmenter, one of the lead detectives on the case's own daughter, was approached by a man believed to be Ted Bundy in the familiar red VW Bug in 1978. His daughter was able to get help and take down the license plate number of the vehicle. When Bundy killed his last victim, a 12-year-old girl in Lake City, Florida, that license plate number helped find him. Wow. Anyway, if that's not weird, I don't know what is. You can call the Jacksonville Police Department if you have any further information. I do not have the number. Thank you so much for joining me. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Please check out my other channel. We have fun over there. Got some good videos coming up. Some haul videos. A video of me assembling something. Those are always interesting. So check it out. And please use my fetch code. I'll get you extra points. It's in the description. Again, not sponsored. I give everyone a code. Thank you very much. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, guys. Mwah.